You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
My, oh my, welcome to the show, everybody. You're Locked On Phillies Postcast and the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. It's just great to have you along for the ride. Cristopher Sanchez absolutely deals tonight for his first complete game shutout of his career, his first shutout of his career. And when I say deals, 50 pitches through his first 5 innings of work. It was insane. He started the 4th inning at 39 pitches. This is insane. You don't see this. It's amazing to watch this from Cristopher Sanchez. And I keep on thinking back, and we're gonna go down memory lane. We're going to go on memory lane because there was a situation last year that I absolutely hated for Cristopher Sanchez. Actually, 2 of them. One I kind of got, the second I didn't. But it's just to tell you how far this guy has come, especially signing the big the contract last week, earlier this week, really, and how he went out there and just dominated tonight, how far this man has come to pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies at this incredible level. I mean, I was expecting Zach Wheeler to come out and have himself a great year. I was expecting Ranger Suarez to come out and have a great year. Maybe not Cy Young caliber, but a great year. Maybe not best pitcher in baseball, but a great year. I was expecting Aaron Nola to certainly have a bounce-back season. I wasn't expecting much from Taijuan Walker. I was shocked at anything he got from Spencer Turnbull when he started the season with that 1.67 ERA. But what I did not expect was Cristopher Sanchez to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. I expected quality starts galore for Cristopher Sanchez. I did not expect him getting re-upped this year. I did not expect him going out there and tossing a complete game shutout at any point this season. But yet, here we are. And how nice it is to be here after being here with you guys last night. That wasn't fun. That sucked. Man, that was terrible. But right now, oh, baby, that's a lot of fun. We'll get into Cristopher Sanchez. Obviously, we'll get into this offense because, I mean, can you even call it an offense? But, you know what I'm saying. We'll also get into the updates regarding Kyle Schwarber. We'll also get into the updates regarding Bryce Harper and all that as my camera cuts out there for a second. But we'll get into it all right here as your Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. And, of course, we are brought to you by the amazing, the wonderful, the incredible people at Booking.com. Booking.com, booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Check out Booking.com for your stay today. Check it out. Booking.com, booking.yeah. Let's start it off with 3 big things. Number 1, as I'm sure you would have guessed, Cristopher Sanchez absolutely being dominant tonight. And when you look at the way he was able to deploy his changeup in particular this evening, he was Rembrandt with it, is what he was. He threw a gorgeous changeup today. And it started right out of the gate against De La Cruz when he got him on a changeup to start out the game. Then later in that inning, he gets Berger to get the infield single, but he's able to get Myers after that, throwing a cutter. So 2 strikeouts right out of the gate for Cristopher Sanchez. He moves into the 3rd inning. Brujan, all of a sudden, what's this? He gets a hit to left field. You can't allow that. Ali Sanchez comes up there, lines out to second base there. You're able to get Brujan doubled off there. Bryson Stott decides, why just tag Brujan when it's so much more fun to throw across the dime or throw, from second to third or second to first. That's exactly what he did. But bottom line, they got the double play right there, and De La Cruz then grounded out to Cristopher Sanchez. Calm, cool, collected there, fielding that baseball, delivering it to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. I bring it up. 2nd inning of the game, 6-pitch inning for Cristopher Sanchez. 3rd inning of the game, 8-pitch inning for Cristopher Sanchez. 4th inning of the game, another 1, 2, 3 inning for Cristopher Sanchez. Just 11 pitches in the 4th inning. He starts out the 5th inning. I think I said this in the 4th, excuse me. In the 5th inning, he was at 39 pitches. One of my favorite words in the English language is efficiency. Efficient. And Cristopher Sanchez was every ounce of efficient tonight. It was unreal, really. He starts out Lopez striking him out with a cutter. Then he gets Anderson to ground out to third, and then he gets Rivera to ground out the third. He ends that fifth inning on another 11-pitch inning. Back-to-back 11-pitch innings. Comes out for the sixth inning, again in control. Career low through 5 innings of work. 50 pitches for Cristopher Sanchez, in big part thanks to how he was dealing with the changeup and how he was able to locate that cutter as well. So what do we see in the sixth inning? We see him start to bring in the slider. He strikes out Brujan. This was great. This reminded me of, if you remember this from years ago, I know it's random, I know it's a pull. Jeremy Hellickson threw a curveball to Miguel Cabrera in Detroit. Jeremy Hellickson, yeah. Remember when he was the ace of the staff? Yeah, I try to forget that as well. But anyway, it happened. And Miguel Cabrera gave the thumbs up. Like, damn, that was a good pitch. Nice pitch there, Jeremy Hellickson. And Jeremy Hellickson's like, what the hell? Okay, cool. Remember that? That's what it felt like watching him face Brujan, who apparently he was teammates with there with the Rays. And I think they also said, did they say winter ball? Maybe something? I don't know. But they knew each other. And Brujan strikes out on that slider, swinging wildly at it. And he could do nothing but laugh. He just got owned by his boy. And he is just laughing his ass off. But it was on that slider there in the sixth inning. So what does he do then? What does Cristopher Sanchez do with Ali Sanchez later in that inning? He throws another slider to get yet another strikeout. And then he dials it back with the changeup again as he struck out the side. His third victim of the sixth inning was De La Cruz, and he got him on the changeup again in that sixth inning. Seventh inning, again, baby, he's just throwing the changeups, and you love it. This time he's able to get, I think it was Berger in that inning. Yeah, he got Berger to swing over top a changeup. 4 changeups he threw Berger in the seventh inning. And every single time, Berger didn't know what was coming. 4 changeups in that at bat. All 4 pitches, changeups. Berger he's going to give me a fastball at some point. As I said last night, I hate this Berger character. Okay? I just don't like him. I'll give you a reason later. Maybe because he hits home runs against Phillies. I don't know. Didn't hit home runs tonight. So you see him go out there in the seventh inning. He's able to handle that with a 14-pitch inning. At that point, it was 14 straight. 14 straight batters had been retired by Cristopher Sanchez. And then, of course, he goes out there in the eighth inning. Gives up the leadoff single just under Bryson Stott in the top of the eighth inning. And then he gets Anderson to ground out to third. Alec Boehm's right there to make the play. It was the first time, that eighth inning, that was the first time Cristopher Sanchez even allowed a runner in scoring position, and it came on the ground out to third, where Boehm just didn't have a play at second base to try to turn 2, so Lopez takes second base. Boehm fires across the field, is able to get the first out of the inning. It was the first time they had a runner in scoring position. They have a runner in scoring position with 1 out in the eighth inning. Then Rivera steps up. He pops out to Bryson Stott, who came over and actually made the play instead of Cody Clemens. And then Brujan strikes out again. This time, not on the slider. This time, what does he dial up? The old changeup. That's what he dials up to get Brujan down to retire the side. So the leadoff base hit, the runner in scoring position with 1 out, does not come back to bite Cristopher Sanchez and the Phillies in the butt. Then in the ninth inning, inching closer and closer to his first career complete game shutout, Cristopher Sanchez goes out there and yet again gets another 1-2-3 inning. Sanchez gets the other Sanchez to ground out to Alec Boehm at third. Then De La Cruz lines out to right field. Brandon Marsh all over it. And then Bell strikes out on another changeup. When I think about Cristopher Sanchez, so I'm going to go down the memory lane right now. When I think about Cristopher Sanchez, I think about a guy coming up last year that was really trying to show you that he was ready to be a big league pitcher and a guy that you could rely on in the bullpen. He had a no-hitter going, I think, through 5 innings in Pittsburgh, but Rob Thompson didn't want to keep him going there, and I get it. That's baseball in a lot of ways. And in that no-hitter, in that no-hit bid, if you can even call it that, at 5 innings, when he was taken out of the game, I believe he had walked like 3 guys. He hit maybe 2 other guys. So I get it. It wasn't exactly a perfect game, right? But he was still getting guys out. And if he got into trouble, he got himself out of trouble. But bottom line is, when it came down to one of the major league leaders in wins on the season in Taijuan Walker, or it came to this Cristopher Sanchez guy to pitch game 4 of the NLCS last year, Rob Thompson called upon Cristopher Sanchez to go out there and do it. Now, maybe because he was a lefty, maybe it's because he thought he was better than Taijuan Walker. I don't know. I think it was because he was better than Taijuan Walker. But either way, I remember feeling so good for Cristopher Sanchez that he was going to go out there in that game and he was going to get a playoff start under his belt. And as great as I felt for him, as we watched the maturation process all season of Cristopher Sanchez, he gets out there in game 4 in Arizona against the Diamondbacks, and just 2 1/3 innings later, What happens? Rob Thompson decides to pull the plug on Cristopher Sanchez and say, you know what? You're out of the game. Jeff Hoffman's coming in. And I just remember thinking, this is ridiculous. If you trust him to be your starter, trust him to be a starter. Don't have him on a short leash, because all you're going to do is expedite the process of when we're going to see Craig Kimbrell again. And that didn't work out too well in that game. Now, still, the bats were terrible in that game, but I still bet, just to focus on Cristopher Sanchez, I felt so bad when he was taken out of that game because I knew he still had better stuff waiting for him. Later in that start, Rob Thompson never gave him the opportunity. Instead, he panicked and he went to the bullpen. The first sign of trouble. So to see Cristopher Sanchez come out this year and pitch at the level that he has been pitching this season, it's really well. And then after the game, I caught a little bit of the post-game interview, and I heard John Kruk almost sound like he was getting emotional talking about Cristopher Sanchez coming along the way he has come along. And it was like it was a beautiful moment. Crucker, the hard ass that Crucker can be, gets a little emotional. And he's like, I'm just so proud of you. Okay, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. It was awesome. I'm just so proud of you, man. It's like I was waiting for. I love you, man. It was great. It was absolutely great. And every Phillies fan who has watched Cristopher Sanchez develop into the pitcher that he has developed into now should be enjoying every ounce of this. Bottom line, he improves to 6-3 on the season. You see his ERA drop. It's now at 2.41. Going into this game, it was at 2.67. He has now gone at least 7 innings in 3 consecutive starts. He's never done that in his career. And how about this? This will blow your mind. In his last 3 starts, 3 starts, 1 earned run. His last 3 starts, 1 earned run. And that was against the San Diego Padres in his start there. All 3, as you would assume, as you would hope, all 3 have equaled wins for Cristopher Sanchez. And in that span, you have seen him go from a 3.07 ERA now down to the 2.41 ERA. And that right there is spectacular. To watch him deal tonight, it was a pretty. I caught myself every once in a while. You'll watch a pitcher that'll just be out there dealing. And you just admire it. You really do. You look at it almost like somebody looks at some kind of beautiful Renaissance painting. I know I got a little bit of that last night, but that's how I was watching Cristopher Sanchez tonight. Couldn't be happier for him. Now with that earned run average at 2.41, still Ranger Suarez is bumped down to second after Ronaldo Lopez there of the Atlanta Braves. Suarez is second best in the MLB with 1.83 ERA. You look down the list here at 2.41, see if they updated this. They did. Cristopher Sanchez, the 8th best ERA in baseball. Zach Wheeler, unfortunately, after last night's debacle, is out of the top 10. He's at 2.73 on the season. So now it is Ranger Suarez and Cristopher Sanchez. Who the heck had that on their bingo card? That's the 1 and 2 punch of this rotation. Ranger Suarez and Cristopher Sanchez getting things going like this is just amazing. I am still reveling in every second of it. That's number 1, Cristopher Sanchez. I tell you all that just to tell you this. He's number 1. Number 2 on this list. Johan Rojas. First off, welcome back to the Bigs, baby. All right. Second, Johan Rojas. I guess without Bryce Harper being here, somebody's got to have the hustle doubles. And Johan Rojas had a case of the hustle doubles tonight. Well, 1 hustle double, but still a hustle double. You see him come up to the plate there in the 8th inning. He puts a fastball, I believe it was, into center field, right center field. It just gets through the infield, and he thinks, I can get 2 out of this, no problem. And he hustles his butt off, and he gets to second base. You got a leadoff double, a hustle double off Foucher there for Johan Rojas. Then the next thing you know, Bryson Stott's at the plate, batting next as he's your leadoff hitter tonight. There's a wild pitch. Johan Rojas breaks for third base, gets in there. Would have been a close play, but no play to be made, unfortunately. Rojas slides in there. Now, all of a sudden, instead of having just a runner on first base with nobody out, you got a runner on third with nobody out, thanks to the hustle of Johan Rojas, who's back in the big leagues for like the first time in, a week and a half? So that's the way that goes down. Then Bryson Stott. This is the only time he ever got offense Like, you didn't have an RBI base hit today. You had an RBI ground out by Bryson Stott that got you on the board in the 5th inning. Then you had an RBI sac fly to left field that brought home Johan Rojas after all his hustle in the 8th inning. That made it the 2-0 game. Other than that, you had nothing really going on. So Johan Rojas being able to at least get that extra insurance run there, that insurance run for the Phillies, I'm sure played into Rob Thompson's decision as to whether or not he was going to put Cristopher Sanchez out there in the 9th inning. I would like to think that even in a 1-run ball game and Cristopher Sanchez dealing and taxing your bullpen the way you've had to tax your bullpen in your last 2 games, I think you would like to have a starter go for the complete game. And that's what Johan Rojas got. He never got into trouble in the 9th inning, so he probably would have finished the game anyway, but I'm sure it helped ease the mind of Rob Thompson. So a lot of credit to Johan Rojas. Number 3, you needed somebody to have some kind of contact in this game to bring some runs home. Bryson Stott is your leadoff hitter tonight. He did that. He's number 3. So without question, you go Cristopher Sanchez, you go Johan Rojas, and you'll go, for me, Bryson Stott. Honorable mention, Garrett Stubbs. Stubbs, look, he got another hit tonight. You love that he's hitting the way he's been hitting as of late, about a 275, 280 hitter over the last month of the season. Got another hit tonight. He starts hitting, he's absolutely keeping his job, but he certainly has the upper hand. And JT Realmuto is already back in the dugout for the Phillies. So it's only a matter of time before you get him back into the swing of things, figuratively and literally. But if Garrett Stubbs continues to handle this rotation the way he's been handling this rotation, and Garrett Stubbs and Cristopher Sanchez are on the same page, and Garrett Stubbs and Aaron Nola are on the same page, well, then some great things are going to continue to happen for Garrett Stubbs as far as staying on this big league roster. Because it's not just going to be about the bat, but if he starts to hit, then, hey, it's all great because he can handle the rotation and he can hit a little bit. All right, there you go, son. So feel good story there for Garrett Stubbs. When we come back, we'll go through the chat as we normally do. And then there's a positive and negative I got to get into. One is technically it's a negative, but it's not as negative as it could have been. So we'll get into that conversation. And then this one is just negative. And it's not even negative as much as it's just acknowledging a fact of the game that had me screaming at my television throughout the night. It has to do with the Phillies offense. What the hell, guys? We'll get into that when we come back here. Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. And of course, yes, we will get to our chat check as we do each and every show in our second segment. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Back in a second. You guys heard me talking last night about this great trip I went on some years ago. My buddies' baseball road trip we've been meaning to do for a long time. Baltimore with a quick stop in Atlantic City. New York, Boston, saw Fenway Park for the first time in all its majesty. And all along the way, Atlantic City, New York, Boston, Booking.com. Booking.yeah. And this episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. This summer travel heating up, especially travel for baseball games. That trip I went on, it was a baseball road trip. I have always liked New York, okay? I was never in Boston before, so I really liked Boston. I still really like Boston. Went on a trip to Chicago a couple years ago as well to see Wrigley Field for the first time. It was all with Booking.com. Could not have made it easier for me and my buddies to find the right place to stay. It's time to explore those other U.S. cities when it comes to following your baseball team. And yes, we are talking about those rival cities as well. Remember, a baseball road trip can always be such a great time, and you always need a great place to stay, and Booking.com hooks it up. From hotels that look over stadiums to family-friendly resorts, Booking.com has so many choices across the U.S. for your summer travel this MLB season. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, and yes, even your rival's city. Not saying you got to root for the other team. Just, hey, it's a nice city. I went to see the Braves game, but, Atlanta's actually pretty nice. That kind of thing. Book today at Booking.com, on-site or Booking.com app. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Oh, FanDuel. Keep having your fun on FanDuel. I love my sports. You love your sports. We all love our sports. But as the playoffs, as we know, Stanley Cup Finals are done, NBA Finals are done. Everything like that is done. But you got Major League Baseball, of course. You got women's basketball. You got all that to have fun with when you talk about FanDuel. We get fewer games, but FanDuel, they make sure that they know what you want. That's right. But FanDuel, they help keep sports going wherever and whatever you like. All you have to do is download the FanDuel app and have yourself a great time, and they dream up the bets anytime you're in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. How incredible is that? So they make sure that there is something for everyone every day all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/LockedOn. That's FanDuel.com/LockedOn and start making the most of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. So, 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. What? This is the Marlins. You're not supposed to blow a 3-0 lead to the Marlins like you did last night. I know the umpire was terrible, but you're not supposed to do that. You're a really good baseball team. They're a terrible baseball team. Don't blow 3-run leads after the 7th inning or in the 7th inning to the Marlins, okay? Number 2 on that list, goodness gracious, tonight, 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. This is the thing I was going nuts at. I think Tom McCarthy during the broadcast highlighted how many leadoff doubles there were. Let's dial it back for a second. How many leadoff runners were on here? Okay. First inning, Stott flies out to center field. Brujan makes a great diving catch, so it happens. But then second inning, Marsh leads it off with a double. Third inning, Stubbs leads it off with a 7-pitch walk. Okay, good hustle to him. Turner leads off with a double in the 4th inning. Merrifield leads off with a single in the 5th inning. All those times, you could eke out just one run in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. 7th inning, you get another leadoff man on. Can't bring him around to score when Nick Castellanos got the leadoff single to center field. Rojas got the double. He practically scored himself. But again, the biggest opportunity they really had was in that 5th inning, and they couldn't get anything going. Merrifield led off with a single to left. You have back-to-back singles after Stubb got his single to right field. Rojas steps up there, tries to bunt. I know that he bunted 5 times in the minors while he was down there. He comes back to the majors. There's no bunt. He can't lay down the bunt. The first bunt he tried to lay down, I thought was a thing of beauty. Would have been beautiful. It just went foul. Okay, it was very foul. But anyway, it looked a little bit better on the forward shot. The wide shot, not so good. So I'm watching that go for Johan Rojas. Not happening for him, but he ends up taking a couple of more pitches in the at-bat, works a nice long at-bat, gets a 3-2 count, then he ends up striking out on a absolutely nasty hook there. Then Stott comes up, and at this point, there are 2 outs. No, there's 1 out. Excuse me. There's 1 out at this point. Bryson Stott steps up there. He grounds into the 4-6 fielder's choice. A run scores on that play. Merrifield's able to score on that one, makes it a 1-0 game. Then they go take Tyler out of the game. Cronin comes in. Trey Turner has a 1-0 count at this point. Stott's on first base because, again, he grounded into the fielder's choice. And then Stott gets thrown out trying to steal second base. I'd rather let Turner take some rips. Stott apparently had a horrible lead. I never saw the wide angle of it, but apparently it was a horrible lead. He gets thrown out at second base. So not ideal, but he got 1 run out of it in the 5th inning. So it's a 1-0 ball game at this point. Earlier in the game in that 2nd inning, after Brandon Marsh led off with a single, or with a double. By the way, how about Brandon Marsh batting cleanup tonight? Rob Thompson, you dog you. I don't know what you had to think. All right. Riding a hot bat, put him in the cleanup spot. All right, let's party. Then Castellanos struck out after that on a slider that he was down in the count 0-2, made it a 7-pitch at bat after being down 0-2. So he had 5 more pitches. One he took low and away, I believe it was, for another ball. And then he fouled off a couple. So he battled in the at bat at least. Then Clemens flew out to left field. Marsh was able to tag, go to third, and Merrifield grounded out to short to end that threat in the 2nd inning. Phillies then were able to get some more runners on the bases there in the 8th inning, as I already mentioned, with Johan Rojas, and they were able to get something going there. But 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position against the Marlins? Bruh. Come on. That's pathetic. I'm happy they won. I have to acknowledge the 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Let's see how you guys are feeling about this incredible game tonight, especially Cristopher Sanchez. Let's get into our chat check right here. IBH, wow. Thank you, buddy Christ, for Cristopher Sanchez. I looked it up tonight. IBH, let's see if I still have it in my notes. Cristopher Sanchez. I looked up who he was traded for. It was some dude named Mead. Like Beowulf, give me more mead in the mead hall or whatever the hell, you know. Let me see if I can't find this in the glory days of computers. Curtis Mead back in 2019. Curtis Mead was traded to the Rays there. That's funny. He played 2 seasons with the Rays. He was from Australia, so, you know, there's that. No, didn't happen. Okay. He played in a total of 50 games, or he's played in a total of 50 games to this point. He's batting .218. He's 23 years old, playing right now for the Tampa Bay Rays. So still trying to find his way. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that the Phillies have won this trade by a pretty huge majority, pretty huge margin. Raymond Clark, Mr. Sanchez, what a gem. Hells yeah. Sanchi was perfect tonight. 3 hits, and they were all weak. This is what we need from the pitching for the time being. Absolutely. There we go. Dr. MP, great pitching, great game. Need pitchers to step way up. Hell yeah. Timothy B, much needed pitching gem by Sanchez tonight. Luis Adario, what's going on? Adario. Filthy. All right. I see what's going on there with the PHs. Scoozy. Just imagine once Painter joins the rotation. My God. Ian Corin. Rojas still can't punt, but he can run. Hell yeah. Joseph, what's going on? The evolution of Cristopher Sanchez. Wow. What an effort by Chris. I like it. It's just Chris now. We're on a first name basis. Buddy Christ. What's going on? You're welcome, my son. Thank you, Buddy Christ. Crazy. What's up? Crazy? Proud of Sanch. Go Sixers. Sanchez was locked on, Farsi. Thank you for getting the plugs in. Farsi, you still high on that Nick Castellanos pack? Phillies needed that tonight. Yes, they did, Jeff. Adam, what's going on? Great game. Great pitching by Sanchez and 2 RBIs by Stott. Flyers 13 picking in the draft. Took a center. Oh, yeah, because they traded back, didn't they? Lukanko? No, it's not Luchenko. It's not Luchenko, is it? It's like Lukanko. It's probably Luchenko. I don't know. Sean Guzzi, what's going on? Same thing was going to happen last night. Damn umpire. I like it. Yeah, let's keep that going, that bitterness. I'm for it. Wait, he didn't even get 100 pitches? What? What are we talking about? He got 101 pitches tonight. Let me just go back. Beep, bop, bop, beep, bop, bop, bop. Yep, well, 101 pitches, 73 for strikes. Hit with damn runners in scoring position. Go Sixers. I concur. You and I concur. Hey, Sean Kilrain. What's up, Farsi? What's up there, Sean Kilrain? Cristopher Sanchez was locked in. Yes, thank you, Sean Kilrain. This brings me to the next thing. I mentioned that we had the good news and all that stuff. It's negative that they're hurt, but it's not as negative as we thought. So you see it there in the graphic. Both Harper and Schwarber hitting the 10-day injured list, both with a couple of strains. Schwarber, the groin strain. Harper, the hammy strain. Both expected to be back within the next couple of weeks. Both expected to be back before the All-Star break. So wonderful to see all that. Sean Kilrain, Nicky 3 buttons, and Trey Turner and Trey. Need to get those $400 million bats swinging. It's June. Let's go. I concur wholeheartedly. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at where the Phillies are headed for tomorrow's game, now at 54-28 on the season. And we'll take a look at where the Atlanta Braves are right now at this very moment. We'll talk about that in a second. When we come back, you're Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Oh, my goodness. The Game Time app. While the Phillies are home, they got 2 more games at home before they go on this road trip coming up here, right? So the Phillies, you want to go to a game? You download the Game Time app to your phone. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase when it comes to the Game Time app. Download the Game Time app to your phone, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB, and next thing you know, it'll be at the game. And here's the great thing. You get to view your seat before you buy it, so you know exactly what you're getting. That's awesome. How about this? Never any sticker shock with the Game Time app. Oh, these tickets are only $20. Great. You go to check out, they're $25. Like, whoa. How'd that happen? No. Not with the Game Time app. All in pricing on the Game Time app. So download the Game Time app to your phone, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. They have the seat views, the guaranteed lowest price, where if you find tickets in the same section, same row for less money elsewhere, Game Time credits your account 110% of the difference. How amazing is that with the Game Time app? They have flash deals, zone deals, the all-in pricing I mentioned. It's unbelievable. And how about this? They take the guesswork out of buying tickets with all the information you can get from the Game Time app. Game Time ticket coverage. Also, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So if you want to go to the game, Game Time app. You want to go to the concert, the comedy show, the event, Game Time app is where it's out. Download the Game Time app to your phone, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Spell it out for you. Here it is. Locked On MLB. LOCKEDON MLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Your Philadelphia Phillies are right back at it tomorrow afternoon. Late afternoon game for your Phillies. That's what's going on tomorrow. It's actually a 4:05 start time in South Philadelphia. This time, Aaron Nola will be on the bump for the Phils going against Rotary Munoz of the Marlins. He is 1-3 on the season with a 5.80 ERA. That's how that one's going. He is coming off 2 starts where he's allowed 10 runs. In 2 starts, he's allowed 10 runs. 10 earned runs, 11 runs total, 10 of them earned in 10 innings. Those are against the Cardinals, and those were against the Kansas City Royals. So, and 6 home runs to boot. So, Phillies, this little thing you got going on with not hitting with runners in scoring position, if you could go ahead and hit with runners in scoring position, or how about better yet, just hit a bunch of home runs, all right? Do that again. That's fun. Whatever makes it like a 12-1 win like you did last Saturday. Let's try to do that again. You know, one of them fun wins that we can all kick our feet up and just enjoy. Like, I was enjoying the hell out of Cristopher Sanchez tonight, but you know what was really bothering me? That at any moment, one pitch could change the outcome of the game. It's kind of how I felt at 6 2/3 of last night's game when Zach Wheeler threw that, strike 3 and should have been out of it, but Email Jimenez didn't know what the hell he was doing, and that all hell broke loose. So you get what I'm saying. But anyway, so it'd be nice if the Phillies could tattoo this guy tomorrow. As for the Phillies making the start, Aaron Nola will be on the bump for the Phils. Nola going for his still 10th win of the season. He's 9-3 on the year with a 3.39 ERA. Had a fine start for himself against the Detroit Tigers in the Phillies' 8-1 win. He went 7 innings, allowing just 1 run, 6 hits, struck out 6 over that span. He's allowed 4 earned runs over his last 2 starts since getting shelled this side of the pond by the Boston Red Sox when the Phillies came back from their old London town trip. So that was the 8-run performance against the Red Sox. And since then, Nola's been a little bit more dialed in. So let's keep that going. He'll probably have Garrett Stubbs back behind the dish for him tomorrow as well. So I look forward to that. Everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Babs! I want to make sure I'm getting everybody a Babs. Sanchez did cruise today. He absolutely did. Bravos are taking it to the Pirates. Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm a Pennsylvania Pots and Pans. I might have to incorporate that one. The Braves were up 6-0 when I looked. 6-0 still. Braves taking it to the Pirates in that one. Marcell Ozuna do anything in that one? 3 RBIs. What a jerk. He had a double. What a jerk. Anyway, Perez started for the Pirates. That's how that worked. Charlie Morton started for the Braves. He went 6 1/3, 3 hits, no runs.
6 1/3 scoreless, 7 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 3.89 on the season. But yeah, the Braves are up right now, bottom of the 7th inning, 6-0. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are fantastic. Matt Forrester, Forstater, you're damn right you got a Beowulf reference. This show's highbrow. You know what I'm saying? Literary references. I've only seen the movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are fantastic as per usual. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Babs, see you tomorrow. Hun, see you, Hun. All right, see you guys then. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow. Bye.